this, are there any other residents? Please come forward and just form a line so that we can keep people moving up quickly.
David Janke, 8428 Eastwood Drive. I am concerned about the people on Greenwood because it is a terrible traffic problem. But one of the things that we have to think about as residents, we have lost a lot of businesses. They're right up the street in Blaine. They have Northtown and all those businesses that have been developed, which we haven't gotten in Mounds View. And our tax base, what I'm concerned about, it isn't long and maybe I'll retire out of here, but the younger peoples have to start thinking about a tax base. And if you look into tax bases versus apartments that they're building down on Highway 10, and where should commercial be? And like I said, I would be hurt too. I don't live very far from this project either, but like I'm explaining, we have lost a lot of businesses out of Mounds View, which other villages are getting taxes for. And I'm not saying that we should look at a traffic plan, because I wouldn't want those cars going by my homes and stuff, but I don't know where else businesses should be. The people in Blaine and the people on the other side, they were residents at one time too. And all of these people, or a lot of them, go to Northtown to shop. And somebody had to give up their residence to allow that. Or do we take all the businesses and put them, I don't know where we would put them. And like I said, to put apartments and children on Highway 10, and if we have any feelings for children in there, to put them out on Highway 10 versus a business, I think is totally wrong too, if you want to really think about it. And I agree with the gal, the second gal before me here, is that is exactly what's going to happen. That developer was at that planning commission fighting this project for the simple reason because he wanted that lot. He wanted it almost for nothing, and we almost gave it to him. He wanted TIF money, and he is going to be, I believe he is going to be waiting in line. And apartments also cause traffic problems. Like I said, I don't know where else. The people got to think about where to put business. And I'm not going to say, like I said, the traffic study, I agree 100%, should have been a more comprehensive, because you cannot have cars going on a traffic area. But again, we have to start thinking about a tax base. How much can we afford, and where the business is going to be, or our village won't have no businesses. And maybe if that's what the residents want, and pay higher taxes, and they will, then that's what we got to think about. Thank you.
Mr. Janke, could you perhaps come back? I need a clarification on one of your statements. I want to understand what you're saying so that we can take careful consideration of your position.
Right.
Can you tell me what the commercial residential tax base mix is in Mounds View? You obviously have stated that it's substandard or inadequate. What is the existing mix?
To tell you the truth, I didn't know I was going to come to the meeting tonight. I had not those numbers. I believe the Chamber of Commerce has got them numbers, and I can bring numbers like that to you. I can also bring numbers what a apartment versus a commercial business does too. But I don't have to tell you that. People know that.
Well,
But I
Janke,
I haven't got
help
them
you.
with me.
I can help you. I have the latest figures as of 3 days ago.
Okay?
The documentation and the information that was used by the Planning Commission listed our commercial tax base on 1990 figures at 3%. In 1997, that figure was 9%. The preliminary estimates for 1998 next year moves it up to 14%, which is well within the norm for the metro area. I thought perhaps you might like to know
Right,
that.
and that is good, like I
Okay.
said. But I want to get back to Highway 10 and what should be on Highway 10. That's all I wanted to say.
Okay.
I don't think children should be on Highway 10.
Okay, and you have a right to that opinion. Anybody else wish to speak to this issue? Yes,
My name
ma'am.
is Joanne Kalina.
Mr. Janke?
David Janke, 8428 Eastwood Road. I sat on these meetings while these folks were here, working on this project for many times. A lot of nights I did not see a lot of these people, and I still appreciate their concerns. But I'm not going away from this meeting without complimenting this particular development, because I sat down here and listened how he worked with those neighbors, and I got up and complimented them then, and I'm going to do it now. If I was that developer, I think by this time, I don't want to say what I would say to this council, because it wouldn't be very nice. But I'll tell you one thing I do have to say, and I've been out here for 30 years, and I do want projects along Highway 10. You know how I feel about them. I don't want bedroom things there, but I want to compliment them. They have worked hard, they have spent money, they have done about everything but stand on their heads. And I did not see this group of people down here at a lot of those meetings. And I want to say that, and I want to compliment them.
Thank you, David. Cliff?
Yeah,